So here's the situation. I love how this book starts off. It starts off, in the beginning was the Word. If you think about the way the Bible begins, it's in the beginning, God. That's how it starts off. In the beginning, God. In the beginning, God. In the beginning, God. See, if you understand that, you got to start from there. That's like home base for understanding God, for understanding the world. In the beginning, God. Because really, that's the only thing that makes sense. I'm no genius. You know, I'm no astrophysicist, but I'm not an idiot. Right? You can't tell me that in the beginning there was nothing, and then there was something. Are you guys following me? Well, what happened? Because there was nothing, and then there was something. That's a big gap. Then with that something, the world would have you believe that all of the earth, energy and matter and everything was forced into a little microscopic ball, smaller than this, and all of the world's energy and matter was right there, and there was an explosion. And then here we are. With some steps, with some throwing the billions of years. Well, here's the way I look at it. I have 4 kids. That means I've got Legos all around the house. And when my kids open up that Lego box, it comes with a whole set of instructions. And you have to have like an engineering degree nowadays to build those Legos. But so let's take a Lego piece or a Lego set that had 100 pieces. You guys with me? Let's give it the benefit of the doubt that within that, all the pieces necessary to build whatever set it was were there. 100. Then let's take those 100 pieces and let's give them some movement. Let's at least give them a chance. So let's put them in the dryer. Right? Kids, if you're listening to me, go ahead and do it. You got permission from the pastor. So let's put them in the dryer and press it to go and let it set for 5 minutes. And check it out in 5 minutes. None of those pieces are going to come together. Well, let's give it 10 more minutes. Well, let's give it 20 more minutes. Well, let's give it a year. Let's give it 10 years in the dryer. Does anybody in here believe? Does anybody in here believe that after 100 years that Lego piece, that Lego set would put itself together perfectly? Does anybody believe that? Does anybody believe that? Yet they tell us, as intricate as we are, and as complex as we are, and as amazing as the universe is, they will have you believe that by chance there was some random explosion billions of years ago, and next thing you know, here we are. In the beginning.
Hey guys, so we just got done going to church. We just got out of church actually. It was a beautiful sermon, and they were just basically saying how, you know, you should use your light to bless others. And you know, when they were saying that, I just felt like when we helped my friend, I feel like we were like basically kind of like using our light to help her. And it's like when me and her, I was at her house. I'm going to her house tonight too. I was at her house, I think it was last weekend, and she was basically preaching to me. she was like, you know, I don't know why people wouldn't believe in God. She was like, look how much the God, like me, once I came to God, look how much he's blessed me. And when she was saying all this to me, I was just, in my head, I wasn't saying nothing to her, but in my head, I was like, man, I was just thinking back to about 4 or 5 years ago. My godson was about 3. He's 7 now, so I want to say 4 to 4.5 years ago. I was doing the same thing to her, preaching to her about how she should get saved. You know, go baby, go. How she should get saved. And she was telling me, oh, I'm not ready yet. Like, she been to church, you know, a few times when she was younger, but she was telling me, oh, I'm not ready yet. You know I'm going to keep sinning, so I don't want to get saved. And I was like, you know, babe, stop. I was like, you have to, you know. I didn't say you have to, because you can't force nobody. But I was just telling her about the Lord. And she's like, oh, I'm not ready. And then me and my husband, her and my godson came with us to church, you know, quite a few times. And Becky rolled that up. I can't hear her. And basically, I was just telling her how, or they came with it. She was like, oh, can we come to church with you? I was like, yeah. So we brought her to church with us more than like 5 times. And she actually got saved, went down there, and like went down, because they do altar calls. And she went down there and she was just preaching to me, and I was just thinking in my head like, wow, 4 years ago I was saying these same things to you, and now you're saying things to me about other people should, go ahead, how other people should get saved. And I'm just like, wow, you know, like, I know some people, they don't, you know, some people, they might be like, oh, I'll just wait. You never know what's going to happen tomorrow. But I was just thinking, I spoke to her, and I left it alone. I gave her a little Bible. She has a little Bible, and my godson has a little Bible, and she would just look at it here and there. But she was like, you know, man, she said one time she was taking a shower like a couple weeks ago. She said she was just in the shower praying out loud. And she said she thought my godson thought something wrong with her. He was like, who you talking to? And she was like, I'm talking to God. And he was like, okay, mommy, you know, because, you know, he be praying and stuff. He's learning, you know, about God and how to pray for his food and stuff. And she was like, I'm talking to God, son. And he was like, okay, go ahead, mommy. He thought something was wrong at first. But she was like, for some reason, she just felt the urge, even though she's taking a shower, to just speak to the Lord. So it's just such a blessing to see, you know, how much, you know, I've impacted her and how much the Lord impacted us. You know, me and my husband, you know, when I first met him, I mean, he went to church a few times, but he wasn't going to church like that. And once we got together, before we got married and stuff, he used to come to church. He used to come down to San Diego all the time, and we would go to church. And, man, the Lord's been working on us. Nobody's perfect, but he's just been working on us. And we've been building our credit, as you guys know. And, man, he has a Capital One card, but I'm a joint person on it. And we were checking his credit yesterday, because through Capital One you can see like your TransUnion, and we checked it and it says 721. Now his credit on there a month ago it said 6 something, so now it says 721, and we're just like, 721? I was shocked, because he was like, check my credit for me, honey. So I checked it and I was like, what? So, you know, I was like, man, that's really good. So we're just working on our credit. We want to in the next year or so start working on buying a house. Like, we're going to do it in this next year. 2016 is going to be great blessings happening. We just got to keep praying for it, keep working, you know, doing the Lord's work. And I just pray that 2016 is the year that we can get into buying a house. We're 27 years old, you know, and I just pray that we can do that. So, and I'm going to speak it into existence that we're going to buy a house. Start on it. We actually went to two open houses. We went to the last one we went to. The lady actually gave us the information for a loan lady that we could talk to about, like, seeing what type of loan we can get, to where maybe we can get where we don't pay any down payment. So I have her information. I need to probably Monday. We're probably gonna call her and set up a time to go meet up with her and look into it and see about how a loan we could get a nice house and start getting started. But we're about to go get some pizza because we're both hungry. We didn't eat any breakfast. We just got up. Man, last night we hung out at my uncle's house, and my dad made some gumbo. The only thing he didn't have is the lobster, because he put a big old lobster legs in it, and he put some shrimp and everything else in it. And then my mom made some fried chicken, and we hung out over there. The kids played, my godson and my nephew, and then my best friend was there, cousin. We just all hung out talking, the girls, me and my cousin and my best friend were in the room talking, catching up, and all the kids played together. And literally when we left, it was 11 o'clock at night. Like, we were having so much fun, I didn't even realize it was 11 o'clock. But we ate some good food. I still got my big bowl of fruit salad at the house. You know, it has fruit, marshmallows, and whatever else my mom put in there. It's really bomb. I might show you guys a little clip of it when I get to the house, because I'm about to get some. But right now we're on our way after church to get some good food. I actually recorded a couple of songs of them singing, a few clips of them singing in the beginning of the church sermon. But, you know, I actually took notes. So I'm actually gonna open up my phone here, and I'm gonna just tell you guys a little bit of what the sermon was about today. So I just have a little bit, but the sermon, the name of it was "Sharing is Caring," and on the big screen up in the front of the church, it said that you were created to do something great. And it was basically, the sermon was about John the Baptist. You know, he was born in Judea. But a couple of notes I took, it says, make straight your ways and prepare for God. Basically, that's what John the Baptist was saying to the, you know, the people that were sinning. He said, sharing God's light in a dark world. Basically, share your light in this dark world. There's a lot of evil people. It's like you can't go anywhere without there being a shooting. You know, people are afraid to go to schools. If you go to the mall, you're afraid, oh, something might happen to you at the mall today. Like, it's getting scary, you know. So he basically just share your light in this dark world. Another thing he said is be bold. When you know, be bold to share your light. Don't be afraid. You know, I was being bold when I told my friend, you know, just telling her, like, hey, girl, you know, speaking to her about the Lord, and look at her now. Like, man, you guys saw her place. She just needs to get a car now. I just pray that we could try to help her get a car, you know, get some furniture, you know, in her house. Her place is coming together. She just needs some furniture. She's set, and some new, probably new bedroom sets, and some new mattresses, and she's good to go. So I just pray that all happens. Pray that she can be able to keep her rent up, because it's hard out here, especially by yourself. So I just pray for that, you know. And it says, we can forgive a child who is afraid of the dark, but so many people are afraid of the light. I actually wrote that wrong I actually posted this on Facebook, and I actually just noticed I put afraid of the dark. I meant afraid of the light. Basically, it's saying, like, we can forgive kids that are afraid of the dark, but so many people are afraid of the light. I mean, they're afraid of what they can do. And another quote I took is, use your light to bless others. As I said before, use your light. So use what good you can do to try to help others. We don't have to help anybody. You know, a lot of people, I see a lot of people who don't have anything to help. They might have money to help themselves. But a lot of these celebrities, a lot of them came from the ground up, just like us, from nothing. They're not obligated to help anybody, but if they do help somebody, that's great. That's a blessing. But I think sometimes people think they're obligated. They're obligated, that celebrities are obligated to give you anything. They're not obligated to give you nothing. They worked hard to get to where they're at. They don't have to give you anything. But when they do, and let's say they record it so you can see the, you know, okay, this is what I did. Then people are like, oh, why do you have to record it? Now, sometimes they record it because they have to, because of their companies that, you know, like their like the labels that they're with. A lot of times they have to record that stuff. But a lot of them, they do a lot of things underground that you don't even know about. But guess what? People are like, oh, I don't ever see them doing this and doing that. How do you know that they're not doing something just because you don't see it? I could be over here I could be over here giving to charity and nobody would know, but they'd be like, oh, I never seen Ebony give to charity. How you know I didn't already do that? You know, I try to do a lot of things, you know, but you don't know what somebody's doing, so don't try to put them down. You know, I know Chris Brown, and I love Chris Brown. He's a great singer. He actually he didn't want to record this, but because of his label people, he had to record it. But it was a mother who was at her kids were at the Boys and Girls Club, and their dad actually died all of a sudden, and she was a battered woman, and he actually gave the kids a bunch of gifts, but he did something even nicer for the mom. He gave her a brand new toy. I think it was a Honda. Hondas are one of the best, I think, are the best cars. And he gave her that, and they had to record it, of course, but he was just posting about it, and they were so happy. And the son was just telling Chris, because Chris said that little boy reminded him of when he was that age, and his mom, when his mom was married to his stepdad, used to be abused the same way. That little boy reminded him of him as when he was a child. And the little boy was just telling Chris how, man, he wished he could provide for his mom and do all this stuff. He was only like 10. So Chris gave the kids all these gifts that they could have for Christmas, and it was early, and they were so happy, and the mom was excited, and she was happy that he did anything for her. He didn't have to do that, but he chose to do something nice. And I think people should stop thinking that anybody's obligated to anybody. You don't have to give anybody anything. I could go make $1 million, and if I don't want to give anybody, I don't have to. But I wouldn't be selfish to do that, you know? I would, and you wouldn't be selfish if you didn't do that, but you can do whatever you want to do. You don't have to give somebody money just because, you know, I see a lot of people like, oh, why don't you give me this? Why don't you go out and work for it? Because guess what? A lot of these celebrities, they be homeless just like you, and then they get some money and they don't know. That's why a lot of celebrities, basketball players, they never had money in their life, and then they get it and then they dwindle it. They be broke. And everybody be like, how can you be broke? Because guess what? They never had money before, and they don't know what to do with it. They just got so much money. They're like, oh, I gotta spend it before I lose it. They don't know. They're just like somebody that wins the lottery. A lot of people that win the lottery, I've seen a lot of shows where this one guy was homeless, won the lottery, and he's homeless again. Well, I don't know if he has a house now, but his daughter was just saying how, basically, you know, my dad's homeless again. I'm pretty sure she'll help him, but you want to know why? Because he didn't know what to do with it. He never had that amount of money before. He never knew, okay, let me save some money, invest. He was just buying things he didn't need for his house. This is one guy, I hope he don't go broke, but literally he buying all this stuff that his house is getting filled up with things he doesn't need. So he may end up broke again himself. So I think as people, we have to watch what we, like, if we get a bunch of money, we don't need to just dwindle it just because it's there. You're afraid that, oh, something's going to happen to it, I got to spend it now. No, try to save some money. Put some money aside, you know? It's better said than done, trust and believe. That's hard, but try to put 10,000, boom, whatever. Put something aside for a rainy day. You don't have to spend everything on frivolous things that you're not really gonna need. You can decorate your house, but you don't have to. Now, if you got enough money to do that, you know, then do it. You know, Beyonce is my favorite singer. Jay-Z, her husband, his company, you know, Rock Nation Sports and all that stuff, he actually created that to help others. He's actually helping these athletes that signed to him learn to hold on to their money. Because it's sad when you see an athlete who had millions of dollars, and the next thing you know, they're on a talk show talking about how they're broke, filing for bankruptcy. Because they're just spending everything on cars. You could buy some cars, but don't just spend it on frivolous things. Like, he's actually trying to teach people. A lot of people, they hate, you know, a lot of these sports companies were hating on Jay-Z. What does he know about sports? Hey, he knows, you know, he owns a team. He may know something about sports, but guess what? He's teaching these young men how to hold on to their money, because guess what? You're taking their money. He you know, a lot of these people don't teach their clients, hey man, you need to hold on to that money, you know? He's trying to teach these young men, hey, this is how you hold on to your money, so that when you're done with football, you know, you could get into something else. A lot of these guys, they get into, you know, anchoring and, you know, for the sports channel. You need to have a backup plan. You know, have some backup money ready. It's crazy out here, you know. And so me and my husband, you know, we have that book, a book that my aunt gave me. It's at the house by Gordon. What's his name?
Dave Ramsey.
Dave Ramsey, and my aunt sent it to me in the mail. How to hold on to your money. My husband's always looking at their his videos on YouTube, and it's basically, the book is just telling you how to hold on to your money and keep at least he said keep at least 1,000 for, what do you say, emergencies?
Yeah.
For emergencies. So, you know, anybody watching this video, try, I know it's hard, but hey, if you get $5, $10, get it in a bank account, put it in your savings, and just go throw it in there. $5. Every time you get a check, $20 here, $30. It doesn't matter. And keep 1,000 for emergencies, because you never know what's going to pop up. So, you know, me and my husband, that's what we're starting to try to do. Just try to keep money in there, you know. We haven't done it yet, but we've been trying to 5, 10, whatever, you know, for emergencies. So we can get that 1,000, do that 1,000, just have it there for emergencies. You never know what's going to happen. But, yeah, I was over here preaching, but I'm just saying, you know, let your light shine for others. You know, I'm just so happy for my friend. She got a nice new place. It's better than what her last place looked like. It's so beautiful. It's coming along, you know. I'm going to be going to her house later on. You guys will probably see her later on today. And I'm just happy for her, you know. Next thing is getting her some furniture or a car. And, you know, she just has to worry about the rent now, because, you know, it's hard out here, especially in San Diego. It's beautiful, you know, and we have beautiful weather, but we pay for it, honestly. So just pray. I just pray for her, and I'm just, man, when she was preaching, I was just looking at her like, who are you right now? You know, like, wow. I remember like 4 years ago, I was this same person preaching to you, and now you over here preaching to me, and I'm just like, man, Lord, you really, you know, blessed me and blessed her. And I'm just like looking at her like, wow, you know. And now she can teach her son, you know. Well, she's already, you know, he be praying, he's learning, and he loves going to church, you know. Probably because they get to play, but, you know, he loves church, and I'm just like, wow, you know. So I'm gonna get off of here now. I've been over here preaching for far too long, but yeah, we're about to get some food. You want to say bye, honey?
Hey, you guys have a good one. You know, pray for each other, and yeah, just pray for each other. You know, I'm camera shy, so I'm still trying to, you know, I get nervous around that camera, man. So I'm gonna give it back to my wife. So yeah.
Alright, y'all, I just noticed, I've been talking for 18 minutes, but I just felt the passion, and, you know, just how much the Lord has blessed us every day, you know. I just love life, you know. Live your life to the fullest, and just try to bless others the best way you can. But I'm gonna get off of here, because I've been talking for 18 minutes. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.